Okay, so my first YouTube video. Actually it's my second, but the first one came out really badly, so going with the second one. And it's an unboxing of my new toy, if you like. I've had a silhouette cutting machine since they were first released, and that's got to be at least 15 years ago. And while it still cuts, there's a lot of things that it won't do that the more modern machines will do. So I thought it was time to get myself a new one. So I bought myself a Silhouette Portrait 2. There's a bigger machine than this available, the Cameo 3, but that would have caused me issues as to where I'm going to put it, because currently it stands on the top of an IKEA cabinet, which is where I wanted this one to go, and a 12-inch machine is probably about that much bigger, which would have caused me real issues. Also, because I'm not a scrapbooker and I'm not a quilter, and I don't do a lot of paper construction, cutting out of boxes and that sort of thing. A4 is generally the biggest I ever work, so I don't think I'm ever going to need anything bigger than this. So I went with the Portrait 2, which effectively is an A4 sized machine. So, opening up of the box. First thing out is your leads and things. I think this is the European type plug available with it. Then you've got the standard British 3-pin plug with it, and you get a little package with your USB cable and your blade. Now this blade is a new feature available on this machine. It was available on the Cameo for some time, but it's now available for this, and it's what they call their auto blade. And what that means is that it determines the depth it needs to cut at itself by measuring the cardstock, and then it adjusts itself. The original blades, which I bought myself a spare anyway, you can see you have a range of numbers around the bottom, and you just adjust it to the depth that will cut properly. I have seen comments about this on one of the forums. A lot of people are not finding it perfect at adjusting, but we'll see. So I'll pop that over there and we'll get this out of the box. As you can see, it does come well packaged. You've got polystyrene blocks either end and polystyrene foam wrap. Apparently these were a redesigned machine. I think they had them slightly different colour, but they've gone back to white for these. The front opens up, and you can see you have your blade holder and the cutting head here, and a selection of buttons over here. Now that's new. That's completely different to mine. Mine only has a stop-start button on-off. That's all that comes with it. This one you have Bluetooth, so you can use it with a laptop or a tablet. And that particular feature I really like. You have a pause button. That's something that I found a difficulty sometimes. If the cutting mat went skewed or the cut wasn't coming out the way I wanted it to, you couldn't pause the cutting and make adjustments. You could only do it by turning the machine off, and then you'd have to restart it and start cutting all over again. But that obviously seems that you can pause it and then restart it, which I really like. Now in the box also comes a cutting mat, and I bought a spare so that if I'm cutting something that's got a lot of components, I can have one in the machine cutting and another one loaded up ready to go. And I also bought what's called the pick scan mat, because looking at the videos about the machine before I bought it, By using this mat you can put something on there, take a photograph of it, feed it into the machine, and you can cut around elements of that without having to do all the plotting that was necessary with the older original ones. So I think over time that's going to turn out to be quite useful. But that's everything that comes in the box. You don't get a software disc these days. That's just a visit silhouetteofamerica.com and you download your software from there. So there's no software disc involved. The manuals are also online, which are available through the Silhouette Studio software. So there's no manual either. So that's it. That's everything that's in the box. I'll do a second video following on from this when I've got it all plumbed in and set up and ready to run and show it you working. Okay.